welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Today is day 9 of our countdown to Christmas, and I am going to be working on the other half of this butterfly. And I also have the bottom half of the sunflowers that I did during the first week. I am going to be using this cute pin from Bistro Blanks. It has snowmen on it and a Christmas tree. And then I'm also going to be using from Firefly Fireworks, and this says Jingle Drills on it. I am participating in Jingle Drills, but I am participating unofficially, so I didn't put in for a particular canvas, but I just wanted to see what everybody was doing, and I love this tray. This is what the inside looks like, and also it has like this little gate here, and you just pull that open and you're able to get your drills out. I had gotten my first tray from Firefly when I went to the Great Lakes retreat, and I had never even heard of them before. Loved the tray and use it quite often, and have not purchased any from them. And so I wanted to go ahead and get a tray, so I ordered this one. And then I also have a couple of trays that I have ordered recently that have not come in. And I love how the tray lines up all the drills so well. I'm not really crazy about using a white tray with white drills, because it kind of, for me, it kind of blends in, but I don't want to use 2 trays, so I'll be fine with it. I'm also using Patsy putty, and I really do like this putty. It has become now one of my favorites. And Holly, the owner, is super sweet. I have had a couple of conversations with her. I'd actually won a gift certificate in the Cheryl Baker event over the summer, and I had never even heard of Patsy putty before. I think she's fairly new out of Tennessee, and I went ahead and I used that gift certificate and I loved it, and so I've ordered more from her since then. I keep hitting the canvas. It's so small, it keeps sliding on my table. But I really do like the scents, and I like how the putty, it's just really smooth. It does not come off your pen to where it's going to leave a residue. And I've had that issue a couple times because I've put in really too much putty, but once I realize how much putty to put in there, then it has worked out perfect. And then for my single placer, I am using a glue dot. This glue dot's lasted a really long time. Hopefully it won't give me any problems for this particular video. How are you guys doing? Are you still maintaining sanity during this crazy time of the year? Whether you celebrate Hanukkah or Christmas, or maybe you don't celebrate anything, just the end of the year always seems to be busy, and then add on the holidays, that gets a little busy as well. My daughter did have surgery, and she had to have her appendix removed. She is very sore, but the surgery went really well. It was the first major surgery that she's had. I mean, she's had her wisdom teeth out. That's also surgery, but nothing like this. So she was really nervous. She said that the nurse was super sweet. And then when she went into recovery, that's one of the areas that she's actually worked in. So she knew a couple of people. So when she woke up, she didn't feel so scared that she woke up and she was alone, because she knew the nurses in there, they took really good care of her while she was going through recovery. She said that she's super sore, but she's feeling better today than she did yesterday. And she had surgery on Wednesday, so she'll be out of work for a week. And then she won't be able to lift any of her patients or anything like that, but she can still work. And she had some visitors while she was in recovery, some friends that work with her, and then she went home. They don't keep you for anything anymore, which I was glad that she was able to go home. So she did go home, got some rest. So thanks for all the good vibes with her. I hate that I wasn't there to help her and to help her fiance. He was really good. He stepped up and helped her while she was sick. And I think he had to go back to work today, but he made sure she had plenty of food and different things around the apartment. So she definitely can't drive. And if she needed to, she can order. But I think that she still will be able to come home for Christmas. That was the one thing that she asked before she had the surgery. Is it going to affect her travel plans? And her surgeon said no, she would be fine. Even though it's a very long drive, he said by then she should be okay. She may need to make additional stops just to get out and stretch a little bit. But he said other than that, she should be fine. So we're still looking forward to Maddie and her fiance coming home. We're getting prepared for that. So I'm really looking forward to it and getting the house decorated a little bit more than what I normally do, just because I don't know if they'll be able to come home next year. So I want it to look really nice, and I think that his mom is going to come for Christmas because we have not met her, and she also mentioned she would like to go with Madison to look for some wedding dresses. I don't think we're going to have time to do that. I think it's going to also be too early to start that process. I told Madison I just don't see it. That, you can go and look and see, what type of design you're going to want, but I don't think that you're going to find anything, and this soon you're not going to have a lot of time to really shop, and you've got a year, so let's not rush it because you may find something that you like even better. So that was my update for Madison. My stepmother was admitted into the hospital. They are trying to determine what is causing some of her issues. And she was just in the hospital not very long ago, but she seems to have to go to the hospital every couple of weeks. And so they're trying to pinpoint what's causing some of these issues. She is at a different hospital this time than where she has been. And so my sister is hoping they will be able to find out what's going on. And she likes this hospital better than the other hospital that she went to. So I'm hoping that she will be out soon. And then my sister-in-law also had her surgery, and she is doing well. It took forever to get her back into surgery. And so my husband was really late getting home, so he was exhausted because he had been helping his mom all day at the hospital. She has a difficulty walking. And so he had been helping her all day at the hospital because she insisted on going and sitting there. So my mother-in-law was very tired when she got home, and she usually goes to bed for the night around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening, but she gets up super early. So when they got home, I think she had him get her something to eat, and then when she went home, she went straight to bed. And then he got his sister in the house along with his mom, and then he came home. So it was a very late night for him. He was exhausted. I'm glad that he took off the day after on Thursday. So that was nice that he got to relax some. And then he did a little bit of yard work yesterday, and I survived our finals at work. I got all my finals graded yesterday, which was Thursday for me. And I am giving it 1 day for students to contact me if they're disputing their grade or they have any questions. And then I am uploading my final grades today, later this afternoon, which is today's Friday for me. And then that will be the end of this semester. But then I'll have students contacting me for a few days, probably till the end of next week. We do have graduation next week at work. And so I will have to go to graduation. So that will be my one big thing that I'm doing next week. And then Paige will be working 2 days a week, so I'll have to drive her to work. But really, that's the only major thing. We're having a chili cook-off at work next week, and I don't know if I'm going to go to that. It's more like a social than anything, but it's not at my main campus, and I don't know if I'm going to go. I probably won't. But we'll see. It's fun. They also have a dessert cook-off. And it's kind of nice because I can see some people that I don't usually see very often. So I might, just to get out and socialize a little bit. And then I am working on my classes for next semester. I should have those finished by the end of next week. And then I'll just have to do a few small things during the day, check emails, and then on the 22nd until next year, I will be officially on break. So my plan is to get everything done for work. So when I am on break, I am not working, and I will be ready for the next semester, and then I can focus on doing some things around the house and also on diamond painting, because I want to have a couple of videos for you guys that I'm going to post at the end of the month, and then I'm going to take that week off from doing videos. So the last week of December, I'm not going to have WIP and chats, especially since I've been doing basically WIP and chats every day. So I'm taking a break, and then I will start back on my regular schedule next year in full force in January. But I think by the end of this, doing this every day, that I'm going to need a short break. I'm hoping to get caught up some this weekend on my cross-stitch conversion mystery that I've been working on. I have just finished day 5, so I'll start on day 6 later on today. I don't know how far I'll get with it, but hopefully I'll be able to get 6 done this weekend, maybe 7. I'm not worried any longer if I don't stay caught up. That way it doesn't put any pressure on me to get it done. I'm just doing it whenever I can. And whenever I feel like doing it, I have to be in the mood to work on that one. So far, I have really enjoyed it, but it is taking longer than what I had expected that it would. And that's nothing unusual for me. Usually I'll look at a canvas and I'll say, oh, I can get this done in X amount of days or X amount of hours. And it always takes longer than what I say that it's going to. So hopefully I'll at least have it finished by the end of December. If not, then I will finish it in January because I don't want that one to go very far into the new year. But I will have time once I am done with work to focus on it, and I also want to continue working on my White Christmas. I am getting closer to finishing my Sugar Plum Fairy, and she's turned out really pretty. I've been working on her in the evenings after dinner, spending a couple hours on that one. I need to post an update. I'll post an updated photo, because I hadn't done it in a long time. I'll do that in my Facebook group. And if you are not a member of my Facebook group, first of all, why not? Unless you don't like Facebook. I know a lot of people don't, so I totally get that. But I would love to have you in our Facebook group. You can post your updates or any questions that you have if you're working on something and you're not sure. If you want to bling it up and you want some suggestions or suggestions on which one to do next or some events, that's fun too. And then I am going to have my February event for Paint Gym Minis. I'm going to have that one in Facebook group, also on Instagram, and then my channel. So I'm not going to set up a separate Facebook group just for Paint Gym, especially since Paint Gym has their own Facebook group. So I don't want to set one up for that. Almost done with the white. This one may take a little bit longer today because there are several colors in here. Variety. I need to move this one. I should have adjusted this a little better. I'm going to move this over just for a minute, just to get these in. And then when I get to 16, I can finish up that section there. I am liking these release papers too. I'm definitely going to save them. I'll use them for something else. I don't always use release paper, but I thought it would be fun for this one, and then also will be fun for any mysteries that I decide to do. I really like how these drills pour out of here. This one's a little larger, I think, than the one that I've gotten from the retreat. And I have set up my reservations for airfare for next year's retreat in June. So I'm really excited about going back. And then there are a total of 3 of us this year that's going to be renting a car. So that's going to be really nice. And so we kind of coordinated on the airfare so we could all be there about the same time. And we're going back a little bit later in the day than what I did last year. It just makes it easier to have plenty of time to get back to the airport. It's a drive from the retreat to the airport, and then we'll have to drop the car off and get, our luggage and everything situated. But I'm really looking forward to it. I had so much fun last year rooming with Dip in Time, Rhonda, and it was fun getting to know her. I'll get to see her again this year. Looking forward to that. Her flights always seems to be earlier than mine because she's coming from Canada. I think this year she'll only have to wait about an hour. I think last year she had to wait a couple of hours for me. But I'm really looking forward to next year because I'm actually going on 2 retreats. I'm going on a retreat in March with my best friend. We are doing something we've never done before. We are doing a Bible journaling retreat. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And it is in Georgia, but it's a drive. So I'll meet her. I'm wondering why these are, the glue is kind of slippery over here. Trying to see what's going on. This one little section on the butterfly, the glue is a little slippery. I hadn't had that problem on any of the others. So maybe the air will help to also dry it out a little bit. Not enough when I'm working on it because I want to get this finished. But I'll be doing that in March with her. And then, at least we're driving. I don't have to worry about flying. And we've never gone on a longer road trip before. Usually when my friend and I go somewhere, it's about an hour drive. But I think this is going to be maybe, I don't know, 3 hours, 3.5 hours maybe. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I have to drive to her house, which is a little over an hour, and then we'll go. And it's going to be over a longer weekend. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and so that's something I have to look forward to. And then in June, I have the event, the retreat for Great Lakes for diamond painting. And then I have, let's see, what else do I have? Next year in July, I believe it's July, I'll have Scrapbook Expo. If they come back, I haven't heard anything. So I'm sure that they will. And so my best friend and I will spend the night for that one. Spend a couple of nights. And so I've got up until July. And then also we are having Night to Shine again next year in February. So when Madison is here for Christmas, I'm going to get her to go with Paige and I and find Paige a dress. We always get her a fancy dress to go to Night to Shine. And if you're not familiar with Night to Shine, that is a special needs dance for special needs teenagers and adults. And so Paige has been going for several years and she loves it. Usually we've had the registration email way before now. And so I was starting to wonder if they were going to do Night to Shine. And I was going to contact the person that heads it up where we go, which is at our church, sponsors it, with the Tim Tebow Foundation. And I was going to send her a message, and then she sent an email saying that once again they're going to have it. So Paige was real excited. And I'm surprised that she likes it because Paige is kind of a quiet, kind of a hermit actually, and she is happy with that, but she loves Night to Shine. She looks forward to it. She gets out there, she dances, they have Chick-fil-A dinner, and they have some cookies and different things, face painting. They have a bunch of things that keeps the kids occupied for about 3 hours. And then for the caregivers, they have food for us, they have neck massages, manicures. Yes. What else do they have? They have comedian, they'll have some music, some dancing, some dance lessons. I mean, it goes by very quickly. And so my husband and I look forward to that too, because it's a time where we can all do something as a family, but we don't have to worry about Paige because she is well taken care of. She is very comfortable because it is at our church. Even though our church is large, she knows where everything is, and she knows a lot of people that work there because of me. And then they have buddies, and she really liked her buddy from last year, and I do not remember her name. I hate that I don't remember her name, but I'm going to see if they have a list of who it was from last year. And if they do, then I will have her set up with the same buddy as she had last year. So that's in February. So we've got quite a bit going on already for next year. And then we will take our vacation probably in November again, like we did this year and all the other years. And we may end up taking a short vacation this summer. Normally we don't go anywhere in the summer, but my husband doesn't take off in the summer very much, and then he waits until towards the end of the year and then realizes he has all of these vacation days that he's going to lose if he doesn't take them. And so then he takes them during the winter. And so he talked about that next year he needs to use his time up a little differently, so he's not scrounging around the end of the year trying to find some days that he can be off of work. So we mentioned maybe doing something. I don't know what that something is yet, but when we do go on vacations, we have to make sure that it's something that's going to keep Paige engaged also, because she'll go with us. So I don't know. We've gone to the beach several times, and we're just not beach people. I mean, Paige enjoys playing in the sand. When she was little, she did. She doesn't like getting into the ocean. I mean, she'll get her feet wet, and that's about it. She loves to swim, but she doesn't like to swim in the ocean. I don't either. That's probably why she doesn't. And then she doesn't like to get hot, and so we're not just going to sit out there and in the heat and burn up. I'm not into doing that. I don't want to worry about having to keep constantly put on sunscreen. I don't worry about getting tans anymore. I never really have worried about that anyway. So I don't know if the beach will be something that we want to think about. We don't want to go on a cruise. That would not work out very well with her. I wouldn't mind taking her back to Disney. We used to go every year when the kids were younger, and even as the kids got older. But my ex-husband was really into Disney, and he still is. But my husband has never been to Disney, and Dave said, well, I am X amount old and I've never been to Disney. Why do I want to start now? And I said, I think that you would really like it. But he says he doesn't want to support Disney. He doesn't want to go and deal with all the crowds. And I keep telling him that it's not just all about kids at Disney. They also have, adult rides and things to do. But I don't think he'll ever want to go. And the last times that the kids and I have been, it was just us. And I was actually fine with that, especially with Madison. She's older when we went. and she can help me, you know, with Paige and different things. But with her working and, you know, having her own life, I don't know if she could take off enough time. I would have to pay for her and probably help with their expenses, and Disney is so expensive. I just don't know. And then just taking just Paige and I don't feel real comfortable with that. So Disney's out, so I don't know what we're gonna do. There's so many other places we can go, but I don't want to go really far. So that's something else I have to start thinking about, is a vacation for all of us. Let's see, these are darker today, which I'm trying not to get my head in here. I have not finished any of my WIPs for that I was hoping that I would get finished in December, but that's okay. I really want to get back to my White Christmas. I might take some time this weekend and work on that one in between working on the converted cross stitch. I just knew I'd be able to stay caught up on that one. I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. It's small, and it's just taking a lot longer than I had any idea that it was going to take me. And I've heard others say that too. But I'm really itching to get back to White Christmas. So I think now that I can breathe, since finals is over, I am going to take some time this weekend and work on White Christmas. I've also got to spend some time working on my premiere for the crafting for the holidays. That is due, I think, to Crafts with Crashly by Friday next week. I'm almost done with it. I'm just trying to make some finishing touches on it. But I need to work on that this weekend. And then next weekend, next Friday, I have my card group where we make cards for people through our church. They're coming over to my house, actually on next Saturday. They're coming to my house for the day. We're going to make cards together, just craft together, have lunch. So I need to make sure my house is nice and clean and that everything that I want to have decorated is done. And then get some other things going for them. I need to work on my cards too, because I haven't sent any cards in December. I need to work on my cards for soldiers to get a box ready to send out probably in February. I don't think that I don't think they're taking any boxes right now for cards for soldiers. I don't have enough anyway. And then my best friend will drop her cards off if she has any more. She's given me a huge stack when I saw her last. So it's just a lot of things going on that I'm trying to knock off of my to-do list. And it always happens this time of year. It's always so busy, no matter how much that I plan and I try to get ahead of schedule. Something always comes up and it always takes longer on everything than what I have anticipated. Need to make sure my house is good and clean by next week. I pretty much keep it clean anyway, but I want to do a couple of things. We finally got our new dishwasher. It took 2 months, and this one works very well. I was kind of nervous once it was in. Once it was installed, I thought, I hope that this works okay. If not, I'm going to call them and get them to come get this, and then we'll get our money back. Because after 3 dishwashers with Lowe's, I'm like, I'm over this. But the others were never installed. They found problems before we even got that far. Let's see. We are supposed to get some really cold weather. Certain areas in Georgia could see snow this weekend. It is not us, but they keep mentioning it on the news. And so I'm sure if we were to go to our local grocery store, that we will not find anything, or there will be a bunch of people shopping. It happens every time. They don't listen to where the snow is headed or where we're going to see accumulation, and it doesn't matter. It could be in a different state. People don't listen, and then you go to the store and milk and bread are gone. Last year when we had a potential snowstorm, they even were out of like beer and wine. There were signs on the door at our grocery store saying that they were out of the majority of beer and wine. So I thought, well, these people, they're going to make sure that if they can't get out, then they're going to at least have some beer or wine to keep them company. So that was kind of funny. Let's see. I'm just loving how this butterfly is going to turn out. I'm definitely itching to work on my White Christmas. I shouldn't have opened it because I knew when I opened it, if I opened it, that I'd want to kit it up, I'd want to start on it, and I definitely do. Once I finish the Sugar Plum Fairy, then that one is going to go upstairs. I will work on that one in the evenings. And then when I have my time off at work, I'm definitely going to spend some time on it. I don't anticipate finishing it, but that one's okay. I will go ahead and I will still work on that one in January, because I would like to have that one finished and it will be ready for next year. I don't know where I'm going to put it until then, but I'll figure that out. I have my diamond paintings that I've completed. I have them under the bed in the spare bedroom, along with last year's diamond paintings. And now I've got to move all of those because I think Madison's bringing her cat, and her cat likes to sleep under the bed. And I do not want Lucy on my diamond paintings. So I'm going to have to find a place to put all of those, and I don't know where I'm going to put them. Although I guess I could put them in Paige's office on the floor. And they just put those there. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with them anyway. I do have them, not this year's, but prior years. I have them in a portfolio, or several portfolios under the bed. I could probably just keep the portfolios under there, but I'm just going to take them out just in case. I don't want her laying on top of the portfolios either. Let's see. I'm trying to think if anything else happened. It's getting more and more difficult trying to decide what to talk about, because not a lot happens around here. Between one day and the next, I have a hard enough time when I do normal WIP and chats, but I am going to start reading comments again. And I finished day 1, so tomorrow, when my video for tomorrow's video, I will start reading the comments. Kind of wanted to wait because I don't want to run out of comments, especially towards the end of December when I'm doing this, because as we get closer and closer to Christmas, I think I'm going to have less and less to talk about, especially after when I'm on break from work, because I won't be doing anything except taking Paige to work 2 days a week and then doing things while she's at work. I'm going to put us on a time lapse. I hope that you are enjoying the music. I am trying to find a variety of music every day, and I do pay for a subscription to Epidemic Sound, and they do have quite a bit of music on there, so I don't have to worry about copyright or anything like that. YouTube has music as well, but they don't have as much of a variety as Epidemic Sound does. I don't know why my dog is coughing. Let's see. But I do like using Epidemic Sound, even though I do have to pay for it. I think it's well worth it. And I am trying really hard to find a variety every day and have different music. So I've got the ones marked off that I've been using, and so that way, hopefully, you will not hear the same song twice. All right, let's see. The next one's going to be H. Okay, I'm going to finish this butterfly, and then I will be back shortly. Guys, look how gorgeous that this has turned out. I love this butterfly. I love the colors in it. I love how bright and shiny that this is. And there are not any ABs or any special drills in this canvas. It is all regular drills, but they are shiny on their own. So I am loving that. So let me get day 9 out. And here's day 9. I'm going to open day 9, and these are some clear crystals. These would look good in here too, but I don't think I'm going to use them in here because I want this to be just regular drills, but I definitely love crystals. And so these are round crystals. I will definitely put those in my stash and be using those on an upcoming canvas. Thanks so much for joining me today and keeping company while I completed this gorgeous butterfly. And tomorrow we will be on this section, number 10, and I will see you then.